Well, I doubt if they expect me to be this far north. In any case, I didn't do the choosing.
He's overdue now. How long do you plan to wait?
Well, till he shows up, those are my orders.
You know, Beaumarchais is quite a famous man throughout Europe and highly respected, but...
I had no idea he was so sympathetic to our cause, least of all a secret agent for the colonies.
Let's hope the British have no idea either. Ben Franklin's letter said, be careful not to offend him, that he can be important to the revolution.
Yes, but not a hint of why he's coming or what we have to do when he gets here.
None. Some secret agent.
Daniel Boone, what a doer, what a dream comer truer was he. From the coonskin cap on the top of old Dan to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippenest, roaringest, fightingest man the frontier ever knew. Oh, Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. Oh, Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. Daniel Boone was a doer, what a dream comer truer was he. Daniel Boone, Daniel Boone.
Unbelievably bad. It needs work, vast amounts of it. That is, if I decide to use it at all. I trust I have the honor of addressing the renowned Daniel Boone.
You must be Mr. Beaumarchais? Beaumarchais.
The same. We are well met. You live up to your legend, monsieur. Company, débarque.
We were beginning to worry about you, sir. The time running on.
You are worried. Think of me trying to assemble a cast. Of course, the sign on the wagon there direct from Paris is a little deceit. Actually, I had to pick them all up in Quebec, and Quebec is not noted for talent.
You're not going to take them all along with us? And the wagon, too?
My dear fellow, how else could I transport them? To say nothing of the costumes and scenery.
Oh, it's all right. He's with me.
Is it? Am I seeing for the very first time? I am one of your true savages. No, may I touch him? Superb, fantastic. He has a name, I suppose.
I am known as Mingo.
He understands, he speaks, and with what primitive dignity. I am known as Mingo. What a tragedy there are no parts for him in my plays.
Oh, come, sir, with a little rehearsal and a bit of makeup, I might do very well. Say, in the role of Figaro.
He knows my plays.
Oh, not only knows, monsieur, but admires them.
With everything else he has taste. Children, come, you must meet these extraordinary people.
We should talk.
Allez vite. One of my greatest discoveries. I look forward to a long association with this disarming little creature. Mademoiselle...
Brillant, monsieur.
Well, let us simply know you, as you will soon be known by audiences the world over as the bewitching Susanna.
Enchanté, monsieur.
It's a pleasure, ma'am. Excuse me, sir, but can we talk?
This fellow will be her suitor, the Count Helmevira, dashing, formidable, a model to all lovers. We really must do something about the characterization of yours. However, no doubt time will tell.
If you say so, monsieur.
Figaro and my Bartolo.
Can we talk?
But I haven't said a word. Children, proceed. I'm sure we are all famished.
Exactly what do they know?
About you, nothing. Only that we were to meet a guide. I am no novice at this business, Monsieur Boone. You may have noticed that I did not mention your name in their hearing.
Well, how much do they know about your real reason for being here?
When I hired them, I told them simply, perhaps a little slyly, that there was a secondary reason for my trip. But not one of them showed even the slightest curiosity about the reason.
And that satisfied them?
Totally. I assure you, whatever occurs, actors the world over are interested in only three things: themselves, their performances, and themselves again.
I hope so. But at any rate, it's a little late to change things now. Now, we'd better start moving. With British troops in the area, we're liable to run into some trouble.
Not with me here, and this shrewd and enchanting facade.
Mr. Beaumarchais, I understood this to be a secret mission.
But of course.
Of course. I also understood that you were to explain the details to me.
Very well. I am to go to Norfolk, Virginia. You are to take me there. Voila.
But, monsieur, I still don't understand all this.
A way of getting around the British. And an essential part of our enterprise, transport.
Of what?
Excuse me. If you please. The costumes. Remove them, if you please.
False bottom?
Exactly. Take it out, please.
Gold ingots.
Precisely. It is a handsome little package we shall deliver to Virginia.
What's the gold for?
To buy muskets, powder, cannon. There is a ship in harbor loaded with weapons. If we do not reach Norfolk within a week, she will set sail for other shores with her precious cargo. So haste must be our watchword.
Well, I agree with you on that.
Wouldn't we make far better time on horseback? We could load the gold in saddlebags and make a run for it.
Not in my opinion.
Too heavy for the horses.
Monsieur Beaumarchais, about the cast.
They will save us from the British. Fear not, gentlemen. I am an expert at tricking the enemy.
In any case, I'm under orders to accommodate you. There's no point in arguing with you about that.
Indeed. I will not guide you, and you will not tell me how to run my affairs.
Mr. Beaumarchais.
Monsieur Boone, you and I come from different cultures. Quite obviously, we are most dissimilar men. But we do share a love of freedom and an admiration for this young and struggling country.
Then let us make the least of our differences.
And the most of our mutual passion for liberty.
Mr. Beaumarchais, we agree again.
Now, let us see what little surprises we have here. Pâté de foie gras, haricots verts, and a little canard Beaumarchais.
Monsieur, and your wine.
Imbecile! You have poured Chateau Yquem. Chateau Yquem with canard. A child would have known better. Pardon, gentlemen, these stupidities must be as taxing to you as they are to me. With infinite pains, I transported these wines from France myself. I watched over the casks like a mother over her children. With infinite care, I saw that the sun and spray kept from them, that they were not jostled. And for what? So that that fool might serve Chateau Yquem with canard.
Monsieur,
Piccolo!
This is going to be some trip.
Canard Beaumarchais?
No, thank you.
Susanna.
What conceit?
But you must realize I have 1,000 important things to tell you.
No! Where is your use, your fire? You think you are paying back to the old man? Here, I show you how to move this lovely child. Susanna! Thank you.
Avec quoi?
Monsieur Mingo, is it absolutely necessary to travel as if we were being pursued by all the hounds of Hades?
One can never tell in this country, Monsieur Beaumarchais. We might very well be. There might even be Indians.
Let us proceed as best we can. We are a company of players, are we not? We all wish to improve our arts, if not so. Well, circumstances have provided us with an opportunity. We are about to receive visitors before whom you will give a performance. As your director, I charge you to project a bland ignorance of anything or anyone except our obvious mission of bringing culture to the wilderness. What is it, sir?
Are you Mr. Beaumarchais?
You have that honor?
I'm obliged to detain and search all vehicles in this area. A state of war exists between His Majesty's government and these colonies.
I am fully aware of the state of war. But are you aware, sir, that I am a neutral, a Frenchman, an artist, a conductor, and a close friend of His Gracious Majesty, Louis XVI?
Nonetheless, I have my orders.
As you see, we are a company of actors and singers bringing culture to this primitive country. We are not your colonies.
I must still ask you to allow my men to go over your wagon.
I will allow, but I will resent.
And I want to meet your associates, all of them.
Children, come and meet this British officer. My driver, as you see, an Indian. My leading lady,
Bonjour.
Susanna. My Figaro,
Monsieur.
Almaviva. And my Bartolo. Yes, all of him. Ah. Draperies for our little opera, and please be careful, they cannot be replaced.
Major, this crate is ruddy heavy for draperies.
Lead weights, pulleys for the scenery and draperies. You have the word of a French gentleman.
Open it.
Lead white, sir.
I will accept your apology, Major.
Mr. Beaumarchais, I do not apologize for doing my duty. And the Indian, where did you get him?
In Canada. You will be surprised, Major, in France, how we admire the noble redskin.
Him good, me. Him feed Injun good.
All right, mount up.
Major, instruct your men to put the case back where they found it. Please?
Put it back.
Major. Admit, sir, that if it had not been for the facade of my opera company, the visit of the British Major might have ended in disaster for our cause.
Well, Mr. Beaumarchais, good if you'd have searched a few more boxes.
If, Monsieur Boone, you are too cautious for a secret agent, you need the soul of an adventurer, a taste for danger, if you're to succeed in the business of intrigue.
All the same, I think I'll have a look around.
Non più andrai farfallone amorozzo,
notte e giorno d'intorno girando,
delle belle turbando il riposo,
Narcisetto adoncino d'amor,
delle belle turbando il riposo, Narcissetto Avogino d'amore. Magnificent voice. Do you not agree, Susanna?
Oh, I agree.
Well, with a little rehearsal, he could play my part.
Oh, yes, but to play Figaro, he must be more than a singer. He must be a fixer, a scoundrel.
Something like Beaumarchais, perhaps, huh?
Yes, Beaumarchais is all that, and charming and talented.
Which I am not.
I'll tell you what you are. You are tiresome.
You are a flirt.
Bonne nuit. Let go.
Stop teasing me.
Let me go. Let me go. No.
Are you such a fool that you must force yourself when you are not wanted?
She doesn't mean it. She's being flirtatious like all women.
Oh, how would you know?
Well, how would you remember?
He has wit, but he has no courage. Come, my dear.
Blue skies, green meadow, quiet, still. Sunrise, soft winds blow through the wood by the hill. The robin sings its song in the summer. The bluebird sings its song in the fall. The blackbird only sings in the early spring, if he's going to sing at all. Blue skies, green meadow, quiet, still. Sunrise, soft wind blows through the wood by the hill.
Bravo, Mingo! Bravo, bravo!
Our friend Almaviva didn't leave empty-handed.
Must have stolen off during the night.
There's no point in going after him now.
Not only a bad actor, but a common thief.
Maybe not so common and maybe not such a bad actor.
He could easily have carried more than one.
I'm afraid I don't follow you, gentlemen.
That gold, Monsieur Beaumarchais, is evidence that this is not just a traveling company of actors.
You mean he's a British spy?
Oh, I doubt that, but he may think he has valuable information to sell to the British. We're close enough to the garrison at Slater's fort to use their help, Mingo. You knew the way. Get what help you can and meet us later. From now on, we'll take the mountain trail.
The mountain trail? And this?
If the British come looking for us, they won't look there. They think we'd be crazy to go that way, and they'd be right.
They would indeed.
And now, Mr. Beaumarchais, let's stop talking and start moving.
What are you doing?
Leave it.
Oh, not until I've had my breakfast. Oh, I'd give my soul for a bit of parsley.
Parsley?
My dear Boone, I am a courtier, a musician, a publisher, a shipbuilder, a manufacturer, and a financier. But above all, I am a gourmet, a connoisseur of fine food. I eat snails. You step on them. In reality, I am 7 men, and at this moment, all 7 men insist on eating their breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems to me, Mr. Beaumarchais, that you're 8 men.
Oh?
On top of all the rest, I figure you're a patriot, and we need the help of that man, the patriot.
Monsieur Boone, you are a diplomat.
I see. And now don't you think you should tell your caste what's in the wind?
You'd have me do that on an empty stomach? Impossible. Susanna, Figaro, Bartolo! Petit déjeuner, breakfast, dessert. Asseyez, mes enfants. We will not wait for Almeida. He is gone for good. Or for bad.
Monsieur?
Later, my child, later. Children, until now, we have been merely a troupe of players rehearsing a fiction. Now it is possible that we shall soon be facing a challenge which comes to few. I appeal to you, not as actors, but as human beings. I call upon your noblest instincts to protect this mission of ours against those who would crush the flickering flame of freedom which has been ignited in this young nation. Since we will require your help, your bravery, and your belief in the brotherhood of man, we have decided to make you partners in this exciting enterprise.
And do you always carry a gold ingot when you travel in the wilderness?
But, Colonel, that is my proof of what I tell you.
A troupe of traveling players and singers from France transporting contraband for the colonial.
Yes, gold bars under the costumes. I saw them with my own eyes. There must be dozens.
Of course. And you were running in your eagerness to reach us and tell us about it.
Yes, exactly.
That's why you were running in the wrong direction?
No, I became confused.
You say you're an actor.
Yes.
Better find a new trade.
No, just a minute.
You're not even a good liar.
Oh, Colonel, if you will simply stop the wagon and have it searched.
I must say I do admire your gall. Do you colonials really imagine I'm so stupid as to fall for such an obvious trap?
I have told you, I am a Canadian, not a
I've a
colonial.
small force here. I ride out on this expedition, leave this place unprotected. Not even a good try. And as for that is now confiscated. His Majesty's property, the fortunes of war. Put him in irons.
Colonel, you are a fool. That fellow Boone will have the gold to its destination before you wake up.
Boone? Daniel Boone.
But I do not know the man's first name.
Describe him.
He's tall, very tall. Coonskin cap, buckskins.
You know there is a jail sentence for giving false information to His Majesty's army.
Yes, I know, Colonel.
And if you're a spy, the penalty is the firing squad. Very well. Show me on this map where the wagon is.
off the road to get ahead of us.
I am Colonel Joshua Winthrop of His Majesty's 1st Grenadiers.
Enchanté. I am Pierre Augustin, Garant de Beaumarchais.
Search the wagon. Where is Daniel Boone?
Pardon?
Daniel Boone.
There is no one of that name in this cast.
That man says that Daniel Boone is traveling with you.
Oh, he is a cretin, a liar. Did he tell you that I had fired him?
You did not. I quit.
I protest! Once before I have been subjected to this indignity, this inconvenience at the hands of you British. You will not find your man in that box.
We are looking for something else, Mr. Beaumarchais.
What?
Gold. Gold bars. Contraband.
Gold. Marvelous. Would I be wandering through the wilderness with gold? Would I have left the Grand Boulevard of Paris if I had gold? Perhaps he is your Daniel Boone.
Daniel Boone.
My Figaro. Perhaps he is your Daniel Boone.
Let me see your hands. Where is Daniel Boone?
I do not know the Daniel Boone.
And you?
No, monsieur, no.
Did you find the gold?
No. No, it is gone.
Which one of this group did you think was Boone?
Well, he's not here now, but he was. He and that Indian.
All right. Where's the Indian?
I do not know.
There seems to be a great deal you do not know. So, Daniel Boone has vanished, his Indian has vanished, and the gold has vanished.
Well, it was there. Or perhaps they have hidden it someplace, huh?
Sergeant, place this man under arrest.
Colonel, it is regrettable that we have suffered such inconvenience at the hands of that Boer. Let us share the bouquet of my native hills and part as friends. Your soldiers have been very thorough, Colonel. I trust nothing is broken in here. If you will do me the honor, my own cuvier transported all the way from Burgundy.
Your health.
Santé.
Delicious, Mr. Beaumarchais.
Incredible.
Now, you maintain you are simply a troupe of traveling players.
Precisely.
With no interest in the rebellion and no sympathy for either side.
No culture, the arts never take sides.
Quite. However, I'm afraid I shall have to detain you. I'm going to send a courier to General Gates and let him decide what disposition to make of the matter.
But we have a performance scheduled in Portsmouth.
Regrettable. Only another hour of daylight. We'll make camp here and await the General's reply.
How long will that take?
To the General's headquarters and return 10, 12 hours?
This is outrageous.
War is outrageous, Mr. Beaumarchais.
Yes. Isn't it, Colonel? What is this delicious meat, Commandant?
Cow.
Cow. I would have guessed mule.
At least it's good red meat. It doesn't need the sauces and spices you French pour over everything.
Ah, but that's a matter of taste, Commandant. And you may be right. Taste is a matter of geography.
Sergeant Gresham, Mr. Cagle, Daniel Boone. The garrison at Slater's Fort has been called out to assist General Combs at Tucker's Hill. The skeleton force could only spare these gentlemen.
Well, the gold's right down to their noses, only they don't know it. You mean they haven't found it? They haven't found it. But Almaviva saw it. Almaviva saw where it was, not where it is. I found a new hiding place. We're too few for a frontal attack. What we need is a performance.
More tea? Tea. Oh, thank you.
Monsieur Beaumarchais? The nose, it meets with your approval, monsieur?
The nose?
Oui, monsieur, for the dress rehearsal.
But I just told...
You yourself said, Monsieur Beaumarchais, it is our responsibility to bring culture to the wilderness.
I still don't understand.
In the cause of liberté, fraternité, and égalité, monsieur.
Oh, the dress rehearsal! Oh, certainement. Bartolo! Forgive me, I was distracted. Oh, I do admire your devotion to your art. I do. I'll change my clothes immediately, if my host will forgive me. My players are desperately in need of work. Since we are detained here, we may as well use the time to good advantage.
Act.
Gentlemen, your attention. Our play is about to begin. The scene is the castle of the Count of Countess Almaviva. Figaro, the barber, has just been awarded the post of Major Domo by the Count in recognition of his past services. As our scene opens, our hero is discovered with Susanna, the Countess's lady-in-waiting, to whom he is betrothed. His song is on a subject which should be very close to the hearts of all of you, the rigors of war.
Wait till the performance begins.
Non più andrai farfallone amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girando, delle belle turbando il riposo, Narcisetto ad uncino l'amor. Delle belle turbando il riposo, Narcisetto ad uncino l'amor. Non più avrai questi bei pennacchini, quel cappello leggero e gallante, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, quel vermiglio d'onesco color, quel vermiglio d'onesco color. Non più avrai quei pennacchini, quel cappello, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante. Non più andrai farfallone amoroso, notte e giorno d'intorno girando, delle belle turbando il riposo, Narcisetto ad uncino l'amor. Delle belle turbando il riposo, Narcisetto ad uncino l'amor.
What do you think you're doing? I must speak to the commandant immediately.
You've already seen him. Now get back inside.
I must speak to him now, or it will be too late.
What for?
The spies, they are here.
Collo dritto, muso franco, un gran casco, un gran turbante, molto onor, poco contante, poco contante, poco contante. Oh, listen, Daniel, we're facing rough weather, we're facing rough weather.
We have to fight for it, boys.
Una marcia per il fango, per montagne e per valloni, con le nevi e soglioni.
Arrest that man! Arrest him!
How sad, how sad. The performance was going so well. How much further to our destination?
We should reach Norfolk by mid-morning.
Monsieur Boone, then it will be goodbye. Would you indulge the sentimentality of an old man? I should so cherish a little memento of our great association.
Well, Mr. Beaumarchais.
Parfait, parfait. The perfect souvenir of the frontier of liberty. Thank you, my friend. If you will permit me, accept this.
Thank you.
And my children, did they not rise to the occasion like true professionals? Susanna? Figaro, Bartolo, I salute you individually and collectively. In every way, you perform magnificently. And Mingo, oh Mingo, come with me to Paris. A genuine American Indian, a true child of nature, and an opera singer as well, you would be a sensation. With me as your impresario, you'd make a fortune.
Him happy here. Him eat good. Him sleep good. Injun stay here.
What a pity. What a pity.
On that.
Where'd you get it?
Made it.
Would you let me blow it once?
Keep it if you like.
Couldn't do that.
And why not? It's mine to give, and I can always whittle myself another one when I got need of it.
Well then, if you say so, sure do thank you.
My name's Willie.
Mine's Israel Boone.
Get that chair now. If you've got a bit of line, I'll lash it to the deck so she'll ride without quiver.
Sure. What's the matter? You sick or something?
Look here. Could I get in the back of your wagon? I gotta hide somewhere just for a bit, please.
Sure.
Put another one there.
Lieutenant Parker of His Majesty's Royal Marines at your service, sirs. We have reason to suspect that there is a mutineer from His Majesty's ship, the Molly Shan, hiding hereabout. In accordance with Article 27 of the treaty between the British Empire and the United States of America, we request permission to search these premises.
Just so you keep your hands out of my pickle barrel.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Stokey. I just hope on my next trip to Charleston I won't have to bring this rocker back to you.
All Mrs. Boone has to do is sit in it once.
Is that your wagon, sir? I think I'd like to search it.
No, Pa, don't let him.
Well, now, son, it won't hurt anything to let him have a look.
Now, step aside, boy.
But I got everything in place and all tied up good. Please, Pa?
Well, Israel, you have done a good job. It would be a shame to have to do it all over again. Sorry, Lieutenant.
Do I understand that you're defying the stipulations of the treaty between your country and mine?
Well, now, Lieutenant, I'm not so sure your treaty necessarily covers this wagon. Israel, put these behind the seat. We've got a long way to go. Lieutenant Parker, bye, Mr. Stokey.
My regards to Mrs. Boone, Daniel.
Hurry up, Pa. Please.
a doer, what a dream comer, truer was he. From the coonskin cap on the top of old Dan to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippenest, roaringest, fightingest man the frontier ever knew. Oh, Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. Oh, Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. Daniel Boone was a doer, what a dream comer, truer was he. Daniel Boone, Daniel Boone.
All right, son. Don't you think it's about time you told me what this is all about? Whoa.
This is Willie.
Willie? Where are you figuring on heading, son?
He wants to go with us, Pa.
Now, you let him talk, Israel. He might want to go back to Charleston.
He doesn't want to go back, Pa. I know. He wants to go with us. Please, Pa.
Well, if you're going to go with us, you better climb on up so we can get started.
Thank you, Governor.
Rock good and easy, Becky?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, no, I could swear that chair was rocking when I stepped in. I figured you'd been trying it out.
Well, I wasn't. I just must have bumped into it as I crossed the floor, that's all. But I did not sit in it.
Oh, come on, Becky. Try it. Sit in it just once.
No.
All right, then I'll sit.
Daniel Boone. Now, you know we can't afford a luxury like that.
It'll be quite a spell before I take you back to Charleston.
Well, you're just going to have to get it out of my sight, then.
Cabin's the safest and driest place. It might rot out there in the lean-to.
Daniel Boone. Now, I'm a weak woman. And it just isn't fair to set a temptation like that right in front of my fire.
Becky, you are the finest temptation fighter in all of Kentucky, if not the whole world. Now, if you don't want to sit and rock in that chair, you won't. So now you just stop fretting. Willie's doing a right good job of patching the roof. That's one chore I can stop putting off.
Thanks to Willie, there are a number of chores you can stop putting off. He's already repaired the drawers in the highboy so they don't stick anymore. He's shored up the spring house, and he's built 3 new shelves. I don't think I've ever seen anybody quite so handy.
Becky, does he ever talk to you at all?
The only person he ever talks to is Israel.
Most he ever said to me was, "Thank you, Governor," and that's when we were leaving Charleston. Something sure got his tongue tied up.
Dan, do you suppose he is the mutineer those Marines were looking for?
I don't know, Becky. Maybe I'd be more honest if I were to say I don't want to know.
You came down that line like a ruddy orangutan. Oh, you'll get faster, though, when you get your growth.
When I get my growth, I'm faster than you are now!
You could be a foretop man with a bit of practice.
What's a foretop man?
Well, he mans the foretopsail. Hey.
You mean like on a ship?
That's right.
Boy, you know all about ships, don't you? What's wrong?
I can't say. Wouldn't know how to tell you. What's it like, Israel? Living in a house?
I don't know. You know it's...
I don't know. For the simple reason that I never lived in one. Must be grand, all right.
I reckon. Don't suppose I ever thought about it.
I thought a lot about it. Just now I thought, wouldn't I like to build myself a little house? Out there. Just live in it.
Why don't you? There's an old cabin you could fix up. You'd like it, I know you would.
Aye. But there's no chance for it.
How do you know? Listen, why don't you talk to my pa about it? Ask him. Why don't you?
Look here, do you think he might step out here and have a word with me?
Sure, I'll go get him.
No, don't hurry him now. He's having his tea.
Pa drinks coffee. I'll go get him.
Willie, I hear you're doing an uncommon amount of work for me.
Well, you might say it's work I know how to do. You see, Mr. Boone, I served as carpenter's mate on His Majesty's ship Molly Shawn. I'm sure you must have heard of the ship Molly Shawn, the terrible mutiny and all.
It seems I recall a Marine lieutenant in Charleston saying something about it.
Aye. Well, it's me the Marines are after. There was a mutiny on the Molly Shawn, and I was in it. When they catch me, I'll hang for sure.
How old are you, Willie?
Don't know for sure, sir.
Well, what'd you do in this mutiny? Kill somebody, or...?
Oh, I give you my word. I never raised my hand against the soul.
Well, in that case, what do they want to hang you for?
Because I didn't do all in my power to stop them. The law says I'm as guilty as the worst of them.
Well, could you have stopped them, Willie?
Oh, no, sir. They had knives and guns, and most of them in drink. It was horrible. They chopped up the captain and threw him overboard. And the purser, bosun, and the midshipman said they'd give me some of the same if I didn't stand my hammock out their way. Without you and Israel, I'd be properly hung and gibbeted by now. I want to stay here, Mr. Boone. But would you let me?
Willie, it's not for me to say. But it is a free country.
Aye, it is. Then you wouldn't turn me in?
No.
But if the people here should find out what I've just told you...
And the folks here in Boonesboro are not so interested in the man's past. But they're more interested in what he's going to do right here and now.
God bless you, sir. There can be no doubt what I intend to do right here and now. I intend to find a solid piece of timber and lay the keel for my own little house.
Lay a keel for a house?
You're going to have to excuse me, Governor. It's going to take me a while to get the salt water out of me talk.
Dust and clean. Seems like that's all I ever do around here is just dust and clean. I get so same old. Come in and misuse my place, and this is the way it looks. Well, I'll say one thing for you. You never sneak up on a man. Always hear you coming. Willie, how's that new house of yours coming?
The deckhead's secure.
Deckhead's secure, huh?
Aye. And the Boones have promised to come and have a look-see this evening. My very first visiting, you might say. I was wondering if you come too.
Well, I'll say one thing. There ain't a soul in this settlement that ain't curious as to what's going on out there. I would be proud to come and have a look-see.
In that case, I'll take a jug of your best rum.
A jug of my best rum. Jug, my best rum.
Miss Overstreet paid me for making her a porch seat and a spindle chair.
Willie, I've never known you to take a drink before.
No, sir. And very likely you never will. For you and Mr. Boone this evening, when you see my little house, you may have need for a drop. Then too, it's good to keep in the cupboard. Now that I'm settled in, maybe folks will come and visit me once in a while.
Well, you can count on that. Seems to me, next to Daniel Boone himself, you got more friends than anyone in Boonesboro.
Oh, my, Willie, the place looks beautiful.
And mighty comfortable looking, too.
And that chair you made us, he and I are always arguing over who's going to sit in it most.
Fine workmanship, Willie.
Israel, get down from there.
Wish I had a bed like this.
I expect it might make it a bit easier to dust under.
That's not why the ship captains have them. It's so they can sleep on an even keel even when the sea runs high. Right, Willie?
Right, Israel.
Dan, I think now might be the proper time.
All right. Willie, this is not new, but at least it's serviceable. At least that's what Cincinnati says.
Well, it's got a trigger.
At any rate, it's from all of us, and, well, we just think you ought to have one.
I got just the place for it. I was going to get one as soon as I could afford it anyway.
Would you like me to shoot it sometime?
Of course. Should I warm up your team up?
No, thank you, Willie.
Mrs. Overstreet?
No, thank you.
Cincinnati?
Oh, well, since how it's my own, I will have.
Good old Cincinnati.
I tell you, I just can't get over how you put this place together all by yourself. Yes, sir, it's just as neat and clean as a captain's cabin on a fine ship.
Fine job.
Willie, you have been more than hospitable. But I think it's time for us to go.
Right.
Now, thank you all for stopping in.
See you later, Willie.
Good night, Willie.
Much obliged, Willie.
Good night, Willie. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you, Willie. Willie, I know you're proud of your house with good cause. I just want you to know that we're all proud of you. And with good cause. Good night.
Blimey, he cuts himself up like a landlubber, but it's you all right. William Crawford.
Oh, nice snug little berth you have here, ain't you? Very snug indeed. Ooh. Well, where are your manners, baby lad? You going to stand there gawking while a tired old shipmate gets faint on his feet, eh? I see I'll have to help myself, won't I?
Who are you anyway?
Who am I anyway? My name's George Perkins, boatswain's mate on the good ship Surprise, but I swallowed the anchor for shore duty. I see you look scared out of your wits. I haven't brought the British Marines with me, if that's what you're thinking.
How do you know my name's Willie Crawford? If it is my name.
Carpenter's mate William Crawford, serving on His Majesty's ship Molly Shawn, formerly. Oh, have a sit, baby boy, have a sit. I wouldn't harm you for anything in the world. Just an old shipmate, paying a friendly visit. You know, I rode down here with a preacher, man. He hadn't got a drop in his wagon. I'll tell you something, baby lad, I'd sooner sail round Cape Horn in a longboat than I would make that voyage overland from Charleston Harbour.
And why wouldn't an old sailing man like yourself be coming way out here to Boonesborough?
Well, I ain't a Molly Shawn mutineer who doesn't like the thought of hanging from the yardarm.
I had no part in that mutiny.
I believe you, lad, I believe you.
I had to do what they told me.
And what did they tell you?
They told me to play my flute so they could dance on the quarterdeck.
Play your flute, eh, so they can dance. I'll tell you something, baby lad. I'd have gone my way in Charleston that day, only had to stop for a mug of grog, and then, you know, I suddenly heard you piping a sailor's tune, and I stopped to listen, and then the sun caught that little bit of silver, and oh, baby lad, I fancied it. Of course, I knew you were hiding from the blooming Marines, but I fancied it. I still fancy it. Well, you got your name cut right into it. William Crawford. You've had the devil's own luck, you a wanted man running from the crown. It's a miracle you haven't had to trade that silver chain for a length of hemp. How did a bucko like you get a piece of silver like that, eh?
I don't know. I always had it, ever since I can remember. How come you didn't turn me in that day in Charleston? I expect there's a price on me head.
Oh, might be a small reward, but not much. Not one of the leaders, are you? Besides, why should I do a thing like that? Nobody wants to be an informer. Unless, of course, they has to. Blimey, where does a sailor like you get all these victuals and rum so far from the sea, eh?
I do work for the folks in the settlement. Make something they need or mend something that's broke. I get along.
Yeah, I can see that. What more can a man want than a warm cabin and plenty to eat and drink, eh? Blimey, a real captain's berth. Ho, 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 ho. I've always wanted to sleep like a ship's master. Ho, 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 ho. Stop staring and close your mouth unless it's open to say good morning, Mr. Perkins.
You pinched it.
What's that? Can't hear what you said.
My good luck piece, you pinched it.
Oh, pinched it, what a thing to say. Oh, What a thing to say. I borrowed it, that's all. Plain to see, baby boy, it brought you some good fortune. Thought it might do the same for me.
How'd you get it off me? Without me knowing?
Well, you're a baby, aren't you? And you sleep like a baby. I sleep pretty well myself, but I sleep ever so lightly. When a man's lived with murdering cutthroats as long as I have, he learns to sleep with one eye open. And a knife in his hand. Oh, well, we just have a little bit of an eye-opener and a bite to eat, and then perhaps take a look at Boone's braai. Oh, blimey, this jug's empty.
And you'll be better off without it?
It's rum what keeps me on an even keel. I'll thank you to fetch me a fresh jug.
I don't have another.
Oh, I know. I had a look in the old galley while you were sleeping. Even the poorest and meanest cows have better stores.
Well, I eat supper where I work mostly. It's the way some folks have of paying for the job. There's biscuits in the bread barge.
Biscuit? I ate my last biscuit when I left the sea, thank you. Come on, we get something proper for a man to eat and something proper to wash it down with.
It costs money, you know. Have you got any coins?
Well, not just at the moment, no, but I did have. I think it must have been about 6 years ago. I had half a crown, but for the life of me, I can't remember what became of it.
Cincinnatus?
Willie! Yeah, you caught me that time. How come I didn't hear you tootle on your flute?
I need to put in some stores.
Well, you come to the right place. You might add the only place.
This is a friend of mine. Perkins. George Perkins.
How'd you do?
Howdy. Well, I expect you'll be needing some lard and flour and peas.
I need a good deal of things, Cincinnatus. Only I don't have any coins in my pocket.
Well, you'll get 'em soon enough. As far as I'm concerned, your credit's just as good as gold.
There you are, Willie boy. What did I tell you, eh? Oh, before you get Willie's stores together, pour me a mug of your best, will you, mate?
I don't recall having seen you around in Boonesboro before, Mr. Perkins.
I haven't been round these parts before.
You, just passing through, or plan to settle down and stay a while?
Well, I might stay and then I might not, you know. Willie and I have to discuss the situation. One might say that it's not my decision to make, no. It's going to be up to Willie. Blimey, ain't that your benefactor from Charleston?
Mr. Boone's boy, Israel.
Where have you been, Willie? I've been looking all over for you. Don't you remember? You said you'd take me fishing today.
Willie ain't got no time to do any fishing, so you might as well get on your way.
Who are you?
Now then, don't start being lofty with me, my boy. I thought I told you to clear off. And look alive, Willie boy. I'm parched and empty.
To dose you up, Israel. You've been mopish and out of spirits for days on end. You must be coming down with something.
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm not coming down with anything.
Well, it's unnatural for a boy your age to be indoors all the time. You should be outdoors playing.
When do you think Paul will be coming home?
Well, when he's out hunting with Mingo, it's hard to tell. Week, 2 maybe. Israel! I'm going to have your father return that chair to Mr. Stokey as soon as he gets back. Why did you go over and see Willie?
Every time I go over there, that Perkin man runs me off.
Maybe you could get him to come over here. Got plenty of chores that are just waiting. You tell him that I need him.
Well, I reckon I could try.
Gooseberry jam. I haven't had gooseberry jam since I can't remember. Yeah, Willie boy. I'll give you a bit. Come on, Willie. You have a taste, baby. What's the matter? Oh, I say, don't get angry. And Molly Shawn can't afford to be angry, especially with someone who knows who he is and can get in touch with the Marines at Charleston.
Well, why don't you just do it? Turn me in and have done with it.
Even an old sea dog like me knows that a wise man doesn't kill the cow, he milks it. Oh, now, Willie. Come and have a sit, baby boy. Let's talk it over and you'll find things aren't so bad as they seem. Sit down now, Willie. Let's regard this as a business proposition, shall we? You got something I want, a fair little cabin, enough to stave off my hunger and thirst. Now, that's not asking much in return for me keeping my mouth shut, is it? I promise I'll do that, provided you stick to your end of the bargain, of course.
My fair little cabin is fouled. And I'm in debt for your rum and your fancy victuals. I've a good mind just to run off again.
If you got a brain in your head, you'll stay here with me and eat what I've got to say. Listen, there ain't a port, there ain't a vessel what's not watching for you, and they'll never stop. Till the end of your days, they'll be after you. Besides, you wouldn't like to get your friend Mr. Boone into trouble. Would you?
Willie, it's me, Israel. Are you home? Ma sent me. That is, to tell you that she has some chores for you. That is, if you have a mind to work this morning. There'll be dumplings for supper, Will. Won't you come?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I can.
I'll wait for you. Out here.
No. You go on home. Tell your ma I'll be alone. When I can. Mrs. Boone wants me to do some work for her.
Yes, so I heard. And she'll pay for your labor with dumplings. Ha! You can't buy much rum with dumplings, baby boy. You know, it's just as well I turned up when I did. These landlubbers beginning to take advantage of you. If you do a day's work, you ought to get a man's pay for it, not just doled out a ration of mush and turnips.
There's little money to be had here.
There's little of anything to be had here. This blooming place is like a hull in the doldrums. That's why I think we ought to be clearing out.
This is my home. The only one I ever had. I worked hard on this place.
Then you can work hard on another place, can't you, in a more civilized neighborhood, where there's coin to be had and something for a man of my sensibilities to do of an evening.
you coming?
It's a good thing I wasn't a mean old hungry bear. It's me like you were thinking some mighty heavy thoughts. Anything wrong I should know about?
It's Willie, Pa. There's this new man named Perkins come to stay with him. Well, he says he's a friend, but he's not like Willie at all. All this cussing and drinking and... Well, ever since there's been no fishing and hunting, every time I go over there, he barely talks to me. What do you reckon's wrong, Pa?
Hold on, son. You say Willie has a friend that's come to live with him?
Won't you come in, Mr. Boone?
Thank you, Willie. Just leave the door open if you don't mind.
Oh, I say, that's Mr. Daniel Boone, ain't it? How do you do? I'm Mr. Perkins, Mr. George Perkins.
Mr. Perkins, it's not often a seafaring man finds his way this far back into the wilderness.
How do you know I'm a seafaring man, eh?
Just how do you know I'm not?
Oh, well, I mean, nobody goes down to the sea with the hide of a beast on their backs, do they? You know, if I'm going to be a landlubber, I must be properly outfitted like. I must dress like you, Willie and Mr. Boone. I mean, I'll tell you, you know, Willie's very smart with the needle, Mr. Boone. Oh, Mr. Boone, come over here and have a little drink, won't you? Oh, what's wrong with me? Well, never felt like this before.
It's the drink, that's all. He'll come around in a bit. He knows I'm a Molly Shawn. He saw me hiding your wagon that day in Charleston.
And as long as you give him food and drink, he'll keep a bridle on his tongue.
That was the bargain.
Well, that's not much of a bargain, Willie. It's plain to see he's got you between finger and thumb. Look at this mess. Look what he's done to you.
There's no help for it.
Not as long as you keep him in food and drink. Just suppose you were to disappear for a spell. More than likely you'd give up and go away.
No, sir. He'd tell how you brought me here and all. I could get you in an awful lot of trouble.
Well, I'm not exactly a stranger to trouble, Willie.
You saved my life, Mr. Boone. Gave me my little house and my friends. I'd sooner hang than bring you to grief.
All right, son, now get your breath and tell me.
Those Marines, Pa. Those British Marines. After Willie. They're at the fort.
Well, now, who told you there were Marines at the fort?
Nobody told me. I saw them. Same one that tried to get in our wagon in Charleston. He's in the store asking Cincinnati about Willie.
Well, what'd Cincinnati say to him?
I didn't wait to find out.
If I know Cincinnati, they know less now than when they ask him. It's likely they'll come looking for me. Do you think you can get back to our house before they get there?
Sure, Pa.
All right, I want you to go and tell your ma that if they come looking for me, that she's to delay them as long as she can. You understand? All right, now, son, make haste.
We'd like to see Mr. Boone.
Oh, won't you come in? Dan isn't here right now, but he'll be back most any moment. Well, won't you sit down and make yourselves comfortable? I've got lots of nice hot tea here.
On your feet, Sergeant.
Yes, sir!
Mrs. Boone, we'd hoped that Mr. Boone could tell us where to find William Crawford.
I'm sorry Dan isn't here, but if you just sit down and wait.
Could you tell us where to find William Crawford?
If you just sit down for a spell, maybe you'd like some nice cool cider. I know you must be tired.
No, thank you.
Well, if you just sit and wait for my husband.
I'm afraid it would be a long wait. I suspect your husband is with William Crawford.
Are you just going to stand there and wait for him?
I can't run anymore. They'll never stop hunting for me. And there'll always be a George Perkins.
You just lost heart, Willie. Got a good mind to take you someplace till they give up looking for you.
I'd only turn myself in. I swear it.
Willie! Where are you, Willie? Pipe us a tune, Willie. We're becalmed again.
There'll be no more tunes, Mr. Perkins. Get out of here so I can clear up my house before the Marines come and get me.
Marines? You stay where you are and tell me what you said about the Marines.
You should know. You're bound to be the one that informed on me.
I never did.
Well, you'll be collecting your reward. Your blood money.
The only reward I'll get's a rope round my neck. They got 2 murders at sea against me, I tell you. I came here to hide, Willie, just like you did. Well, I'm going to make a run for it. I'm going to get out of here. You're a bigger fool than I thought, staying here like a rat in a trap. Mr. Boone, he lied me out just like he did you. He lied me to protect you.
No, you can't involve him anymore.
Hang easy, Willie.
Far from home, Lieutenant?
Very far. And I don't like it.
Well, you can always turn around and go back.
I will. And I shall take William Crawford with me. Now, I know he's here, Mr. Boone, and I shall tell you how I know, so we won't waste time bandying words. That day in Charleston, Mr. Boone, I learned a bit later that your son was seen with a young seaman.
Now, you've come a long way on a suspicion, Lieutenant.
We have also had reports that there is a man, a seaman, living in Boonesboro. Now, unless I receive some cooperation, Mr. Boone, I have no choice but to conclude that you are harboring Mr. William Crawford, a mutineer against the authority of the British Crown. Do you deny, Mr. Boone, that there is a young seaman here named William Crawford?
Lieutenant, the folks here in Boonesboro don't regard Willie as a criminal. Now, he's made a new life here and a host of friends. And Willie has told me that he did not take part in that mutiny, and I believe him. Now, I just can't let you haul him off and hang him.
Sergeant McIntosh, go in and search that house.
I don't think you ought to do that. You may have your orders, but that gives you no right to enter a man's house bearing arms and drag him out. You're on foreign soil, Lieutenant.
Halt!
Don't shoot!
You're still alive, sir.
William Crawford, I arrest you in the name of the King.
No, I'm not. You've got...
Look at his hand, sir. This man spent his life at sea, all right.
Poor fellow. At least he won't have to run anymore.
Mr. Boone! Mr. Boone?
Don't look now. He's dead. Willie is dead.
What do you mean? Willie's dead?
I'm going to have another drink. Good idea, what with the shock and all.
Who are you?
A friend of the deceased. A drinking companion, you might say, Lieutenant. Look at him. He's hardly in any condition to stand. I I best get him off to bed.
Hold on, Mr. Boone. I need proof. Some verification that the dead man is William Crawford.
I don't know how I could help you, Lieutenant, or why I should. What makes you doubt that's your man?
The ship's records indicate that William Crawford was a much younger man.
Oh? How young?
About 16. About that young fellow's age.
16, Lieutenant? 2 years before the mast? Don't tell me the British Navy impresses 14-year-old boys.
Well,
Sir? Sir, I found this on the body.
You can't take that.
That's his friend's only keepsake.
William Crawford. Amazing. It's engraved right on the back. And he wore it.
And when you add that to the fact that his hands give him away as a seaman, and I can testify that his accent is British, so I don't know what else you need, Lieutenant.
I suppose I could settle for that in good conscience.
Well, now, that's important. A man's got to live with his conscience, and well, I think you're a very lucky man, Lieutenant.
I'd say we've all been struck with a bit of luck, Mr. Boone.
Poor fellow, we'll see that he gets a decent burial.
Sergeant McIntosh!
Up!
Prepare to march. Here. I suppose he'd want you to have it. Sergeant?
Good luck coin. That's what Perkins called it.
Yeah, it could be, Willie. Well, sometimes I like to think you have to give your luck a little push.
Why are you standing there staring a hole through me?
Well, I didn't mean to. I'm just a mite surprised and pleased to see that old Temptation won out against you just this once.
Temptation had nothing to do with it. The matter was taken out of my hands.
Oh?
Those Marines. One of them sat in it before I had a chance to stop him.
Well, now, what'd that have to do with it?
Well, it certainly wouldn't be right to return a used chair to Mr. Stokey, would it?
Be downright dishonest. And since we have it here in the cabin and we can't take it back, it'd be wasteful not to use it.
But it's even more wasteful to sit here all day when there's supper to be made. Especially since we have a guest.
A guest?
Mm-hmm, Willie. We're having the trout he and Israel caught this afternoon.
It's busted. Who wants a busted spyglass?
What you say, Israel? 2 green frogs? They're good jumpers. And a piece of colored chalk. Gosh, Israel, you sure are lucky, you know that? Getting that new little cannon and the deerskin jacket.
It isn't anything, really. I was hoping I'd get a rifle. I've been waiting a long time for one. Looks like I'll have to wait another whole year now before I get one.
Dan, I'm sure he didn't mean that.
Took you 2 months to make that jacket. And that cannon came all the way from Philadelphia special.
He's a little excited, that's all.
I'm afraid it's more than that, Becky. He's begun to think things come easy. It's high time he learned different.
What do you mean?
I mean, he's getting spoiled. I think he needs a lesson.
He's just young, Dan.
I think I'll take him with me tomorrow.
Hey, Israel, you want to come with me tomorrow? We could meet down by the creek. We could go looking for crawdads.
I have more important things to do.
That you have, Israel.
taking you with me tomorrow while I run my line of traps up north.
Daniel Boone, what a doer, what a dream comer, truer was he. From the coonskin cap on the top of old Dan to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippenest, roaringest, fightingest man the frontier ever knew. Oh, Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. Oh, Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. Daniel Boone was a doer, what a dream comer, truer was he. Daniel Boone, Daniel Boone.
See, with these marks to guide you, Israel, you'll never lose your way. You paying attention to me, son?
Yes, Pa.
All right, Israel? Blaze the tree. Got to make the blaze marks deeper. You have any idea why I'm telling you that, son? Well, when you blaze a trail, it'll not only lead you back home, it'll take you back to your traps. This old wilderness is hostile to trespassers. It'll do its best to cover your tracks. So if you don't make those blaze marks deeper, chances are you won't be able to see them when you need them. You understand me?
Can I go play with him, Pa?
No, I'm afraid not. Even if you didn't manage to lose yourselves, more than likely you'd run into his mother. You've got a ways to go before you can be out here by yourself. Once they get a whiff of you, son, you don't eat.
Yes, Pa.
You're still not bracing yourself before you fire.
I guess I forgot that too, Pa.
You've learned quite a lot since we've been out. It'll come. Let's go. Israel?
Yes, Pa?
What kind of tracks are these? They're bear tracks, son. Same ones I pointed out to you an hour ago. Well, study them, Israel. Notice the distance between the tracks. Give you some idea of his size.
Yes, Pa.
He's got a big stride. He might go as tall as 8 feet. And he was moving fast, too. You can tell, but you're not paying any attention, son.
Oh, yes, Pa. You gonna tell me any more?
No, Israel. Israel! Don't take another step. Don't you remember, Israel? I told you on the trail you've got to keep your eyes open. This time it was a bear trap. Next time it could be something worse.
I guess I forgot.
Listen to me, son. Out here you can't afford to forget. Every time you do, it costs you something. Could have been your leg. Next time it could be your life. Understand me? What is it, boy?
Nothing, Pa.
Yes, it is.
No, Pa.
I know something's wrong. Something's bothering you. What is it?
Nothing, Pa. I can't remember, that's all. I can't remember a thing you tell me. It's all my fault. You know so much, you know everything. Looks like if I listen forever, I'll never know as much as you.
Couldn't have snared this rabbit any better if I'd have done it myself. I'll never forget the first rabbit I tried to snare. Came, ate the bait, and ran right off.
You mean it didn't work?
The second time either.
Second time didn't work either?
No, it was a long time before I was able to make a snare as good as the one you made today. When I was your age, I doubt if I could have told the difference between a set of bear tracks or a set of deer tracks.
I can do that, Pa, can't I?
That you can, son.
How'd you learn?
Well, I tell you, I didn't at first. Trying to figure things out for myself. And I started to listen to trappers and mountain men. I listened and I learned. Took a long time. And I'm still learning.
You are, Pa? About what?
Oh, about a lot of things. See those stars up there? Now, they're kind of a map. I couldn't have been much older than you when a trapper told me that sailors use them to guide their ships at night. And he told me a lot of other things, too.
Like what?
Now, you see that big star up there? That one I learned will always lead you home, no matter where you are or how far away. This rabbit smells pretty good.
Well, Daniel Boone. I haven't seen you in a dog's age.
How you been, Sam?
Fine, mighty fine, Dan. I'm a bit tired right now.
You wore my feet to the bone on this last trip. How come you brought the boys so far out, Dan?
Oh, he just had a birthday. He's 10 years old now, Sam. Figures time he learned a few things.
Well, the reason I ask, I saw a few Shawnee about 2 or 3 miles back.
As far north?
Now, game's been kind of scarce. This was a small hunting party. Shawnee are mean anyhow. And when they're hungry, they're 10 times as mean. You know that. You better get the boy back to Boonesboro.
I think maybe you're right, Sam. Would you like to come along with us?
No, I got a couple of traps to check out on further down. You go ahead. I'll catch up with you. My. I just don't believe it. Sure grown up, hasn't he, Dan? You know something, boy? Last time I saw you, you didn't even come up to my knee. Well, so your pa's gonna make a man out of you, huh? Well, you listen to him good, you hear? 'Cause there ain't no finer trapper than your pa. So you give him good mind, understand? Your pa tells me you're 10 years old now, that right? Yeah, I got something for you. Let's see here. There you are. Make yourself a coonskin cap out of that. All right? Catch up with you, Dan.
Stay back, son.
Come on, we've got to move quickly.
Aren't we going to bury him, Pa?
There's no time, son. Sam would understand that.
Check it out, Pa?
Now you've got a loose tooth.
You want me to help you over to that tree?
No, just pump the poison into me. Get me some of that wet clay.
Okay, Pa.
Fat pumps some poison into me. Leg's starting to swell. Gotta move quickly, Israel. Shawnee's probably heard the shot. Hold it. Turn your head away.
How far are we from home, Pa?
Quite a ways, son. You know, Israel, a man could get awful sick when a rattler bites him.
How sick, Pa?
Well, sometimes he gets to where he doesn't know what he's hearing or seeing. Sometimes when he talks, it doesn't make much sense.
Gonna get that sick, Pa?
I can't tell, Israel. There's a chance I might make it, but it's a slim chance. It could be that it could get to where I won't even know you. When that happens, you've got to go on by yourself.
No, Pa.
You've got to, Israel. Now, come on, son. We've got a long ways to go. Watch it.
Pa! Right, Pa?
Are you? Are you hungry? Take your knife and cut one of those saplings about 4 feet long, about as thick as my thumb.
Okay, Pa.
Israel! Face the sun. Your shadow will be back of you. The fish won't know you're there.
get some firewood.
No, we can't risk it. Shawnee might see the smoke.
You mean we're gonna eat it raw? I'm not hungry, Pa.
You better eat it, Israel. When you'll get another chance.
No, thank you, Pa.
Eat it. Rest here for the night, Israel.
I'll make a fire.
No, Israel.
Shawnee's forgot. How do you feel? They come far?
5 miles at the most, boy. Don't fire this unless you have to, son. Maybe other Indians around. Israel.
How do you feel, Pa?
Help me up, Israel.
I made you a crutch, Pa.
Good, son.
How far do you think we have to go?
Quite a ways. We'll make it.
Do you want to rest, Pa? Pa! Pa!
I can't go on this one. You're gonna have to leave me.
No, Pa! I'm not leaving you.
Go by yourself. You've got to, son.
No, Pa, I'm not going to leave you here.
Remember what I've told you. Follow the trail. Follow the trail.
Please, Pa.
We blazed. Trees. Trees.
Please, Pa.
You're losing time. Israel, you got to go.
Please, Pa.
You've got to try.
Please, Pa.
Trees. Follow the trees, Israel. They'll lead you.
Please, Pa. Come on. I'll be back as soon as I can, Pa. I've got to get help. We'll get you out.
Gotta get help for Pa.
He's here, Israel. Cincinnati and his search party went out on the trail you blazed. They found him right where you left him, all covered up.
Is he all right?
He will be in time. You did a wonderful thing, Israel. A very brave thing. You saved your father's life. I'm proud of you. So very proud. So very proud of you.
Can I see him now?
Hurry, hurry. The young man's almost home. What splendid, Rudy, splendid. When you're a man, you'll be a proud pocket worthy of your gypsy ancestors.
The Romany didn't pick pockets.
Well, worthy of my teaching, then, huh?
Unless I get free first.
You're still thinking of running away. Oh, it pained me to see you brought back in manacles.
I told him I'd been stolen from my tribe.
But I held your bill of sale, huh? Orlando, charlatan and thief, assassin even. But while he holds your bill of sale, the law is on his side. Rudy, there is no justice in the world.
I know that.
Well, no more such dismal thoughts. Start up the dinner fire.
What for? We don't got anything to eat.
We don't got any... Oh, are you sure?
When they drove us out of that last town, you saw them smash the food cupboard.
Well, the cruel men of Blue Licks, Kentucky, huh? Well, hocus pocus. One for me, and one for you. Well, too bad they're not real, huh? Well, I can't let her starve. I'll prophesy. We shall eat. Shall eat. Yes, sir, my boy, we're going to eat.
You prophesied that yesterday.
The Blue Licks men are still after us.
Shall I hitch up?
No, they'll hear us if we move. I'll reconnoiter.
Daniel Boone, what a doer, what a dream comer truer was he. From the coonskin cap on the top of old Dan to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippin'est, roaring'est, fighting'est man the frontier ever knew. Oh, Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. Oh, Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. Daniel Boone was a doer, what a dream comer truer was he. Daniel Boone, Daniel Boone.
These fine samples of furs from Kentucky, I'm bound to make the long journey to St. Louis town. These fine furs, as I've said, marten and beaver and fox, silver and red.
Coals hot, I say. No more leaves on it. I want lots of smoke. Welcome guests. Oh, we dine in company.
Your fire and my mallard?
I thought you was a Blue Licks man.
Why Blula?
Well, a town where I have many grateful friends. You see, I am a physician as well as a seer into the future.
So I noticed.
Yeah, make yourself comfortable while I prepare our dinner for the table in a style much admired by the Tsar of Montenegro, with whom I used to hunt the wild boar in his preserves.
Well, I don't think I know him.
Oh, a true gentleman, as well as a monarch. Oh, these are superb.
Well, I'd say they're about average, I guess.
Oh, no, superb, sir, superb. I speak as a connoisseur.
Well, all the better when I go to sell them.
Yeah, well, I predict that you will be surprised. Fortunately, the mallet feeds itself upon the wild celery, thereby seasoning herself to our palates. Ergo, we require no herbs. You do have, however, I trust, a few grains of salt.
Well, you're not very well provisioned.
I'm accustomed to depending upon servants.
I suppose that is kind of handy.
Yes, in my own mansion at home, of course. Not, however, when I must answer the needs of the injured and sick in the wilderness. Observe how I season the bird quite evenly all about the outside. Place it just in the right situation over the fire. It must not be too high. It must stay there just a moment.
I remember my wife saying that a wild duck well prepared should fly at least once over the hot coals.
Oh, a very perspicacious lady. Oh, yes. You see, the skin is browning nicely. In a moment, there will be a tiny, sudden explosion, at which time the bird will be done to perfection. Is, as it were, a call to arms. A positive Lucullan feast, I want it. Here, golden brown on the outside and on the inside, as rosy as the rising sun. Such aroma, and the flavor, too, I want it.
Well, you almost missed your supper, son.
Well, I wouldn't want the boy to overeat.
Well, now, I don't think it'll hurt him just this once.
Aren't you going to dine with us?
No, I think I'll just pick up the rest of my furs.
You what? I warn you, this is my castle. To enter that door is burglary. Rudy, get my rifle.
Rudy, you finish your dinner. Down on your knees. Now stick your hands through those wheels.
Don't you dare go in there! The knife first of my own! Not even a common thief! Roy! You thieving cutpurse! There you wretched father, those are my furs. They're none of your fact. You're not more than a common thief. Rudy, free me from this. I'll have my revenge on you. Rudy, cut me free. Rudy, get my rifle. Hold off this meat. You thieving cutpurse. Let me free you. I'll be revenged on you.
Mister,
Hang on to your coat, son.
Rudy!
Mister! Oh, mister!
Rudy! Rudy!
Oh, mister! I didn't want to steal your furs.
Well, now you didn't, did you? See, here they are.
What do they call you?
Why?
Orlando thinks the whole world's made to be his fool, and you just now shown him it ain't without half trying.
I'm Daniel Boone.
Daniel Boone.
What's your name?
Rudy.
Glad to know you, Rudy.
I'm I'm a bound boy. Orlando's my master.
Well, I'm real sorry to hear that.
You don't mind?
I mind a man being owned, son.
You going home with your catch?
Mm-hmm. Kind of a long way around, by way of St. Louis.
That is long. Well, thank you for shaking hands with me.
Good luck, Rudy.
Rudy, come here and free me at once. I thought you'd run off with that redneck villain.
He didn't ask me.
But you wish he had, huh? Well, so do I. I'd have had him in the quad for man-stealing.
Not Daniel Boone, you wouldn't.
Daniel Boone? What's Daniel Boone to you, or to me either?
Daniel Boone's the freest man I ever heard about. He's off to St. Louis.
St. Louis, huh? How long will he be gone? Well, just getting there and coming back would take 2 weeks. 2 weeks away from Boonesboro. Rudy, do you know what I'm going to do for Daniel Boone? I'm going to forgive him for the pain and the humiliation. I'm even going to forgive him for breaking into my castle. Hitch up, boy. We're on our way to Boonesboro.
Will you hold your mug still? All right, light or dark. Speak up.
Hey, Cincinnatus, fill her up again with dark.
Just exactly how many of me do you think there are? What difference does it make? You ain't paid me for the last one yet. All right, now speak up, light or dark. Come on, speak up.
Cincinnatus?
Mingo. You gotta forgive me. What do you got there?
A broken whetstone.
Well, what with these yahoos being on my back waiting for Daniel to come back with their fur money, I just clean forgot that I got anything around here that don't come out of a cave.
Yahoos?
Yes, yahoos. Get out of my view. All right, now, I tell you, it's a downright pleasure to have a customer come in here that's honest. Now, what can I do for you?
Whetstone.
Oh, whetstone. Let me see now. Check my stock here. Must be in this old box. Well, I got a good bargains here. How about this rabbit and plane? It's good shape.
Just a whetstone, Cincinnatus.
Can't use it, huh? Well, then, let's see. Let's look up here in this end of the box.
To the best.
I'm busy, can't you see? I seen it here yesterday. I know it's got it here someplace.
Cincinnatus, I said to the best.
And I said I am busy. I've got a customer here.
Well, what do you think I am?
What do you look like? Well, you just take a look at this and use your imagination.
He's got credit, ain't he?
How about my share of that? The best fur catch from 17 and 58 out in the strong room, huh?
Yeah, how about that? What do you got to say to that?
Why don't you gentlemen wait until Daniel gets back from St. Louis, huh?
I wished I'd have sold mine to that fur buyer that come by.
That fella Orloff that wanted to buy 1,000 pounds of fur for less than 100? That's why Daniel went to St. Louis.
Well, at least I could buy a mug of rum and not get insulted.
Why don't you take your furs out now? You could probably still catch up with Daniel.
Well, that ain't what I mean.
Well, then just exactly what do you mean?
What I mean is that for 2 coppers, I'd take this keg of beer and I'd break it over your fat head.
Well, go ahead.
I'm ready for you.
Gentlemen, don't you hear what I hear? That sounds like a medicine show.
A medicine show?
Yes, a medicine show.
Oh, I tell you, that was close, Mingo. I was glad you was here. I tell you what, with nothing to do, them fellas had broken my back.
Cincinnatus, now may I have my whetstone?
Oh, Mingo, why don't you just look for it yourself?
Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, I invite you to step in out of the inclement weather. Come, gather close, boys and girls, if you will. Come into this friendly circle.
You're going to need a lot more water for that elixir.
Greetings, dear friends. Greetings from Orlando the prophet, Orlando the seer.
And here for a profit, no doubt.
Hey, when's the show start?
Oh, be patient, good friend, be patient. All will be revealed in time. Orlando is here to amaze and instruct you. Orlando is here to heal you, as he has healed the Tsar of Montenegro, now the most vigorous monarch in all Europe. All Orlando asks is your confidence, dear friend.
Blue licks Kentucky all over, and I can't even run away.
Quite a load you have there, son.
You just go on about your scalping engine and let me alone.
And now, good friends, my magic wand. I invite you, sir. Please examine my wand. Pass it among your friends. I merely want you to assure yourself and your friends that it is constructed of nothing more or less than solid wood. Are you convinced? Just wood, sir. Would you be good enough to return it? Thank you, sir. And now, with this scarf, a simple, ordinary scarf, I beg you to cover the magic wand.
All right.
Now, with both your hands, grasp the wand. This is merely to convince you and your friends that you grasp nothing in your hands but the wand and the scarf. Are you agreed, sir? Are you quite sure? I'm afraid you're mistaken.
Well, how'd you do that?
I don't know. I was looking real close. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, well, keep an eye on his sleeve. That's how it's done.
Oh, you are sharp, sir. Very sharp indeed. But since that is your opinion, and you are surely entitled to it, I beg you to observe me further. Nothing up my sleeve.
Hey!
Oh, sir, never fear. I don't mean to purloin it. However, it will do you little good without some fire, eh? Stand back, if you please. Stand back, and I'll afford you the fiery assist.
Hey, after that, I guess whatever you're selling, I got to buy, huh?
Orlando, good friend, does not sell. Orlando gives insight and help.
All right, I'll take one of each.
My gift is for the many, not the few. For you, your wife, your children, those lucky enough to possess them. Tomorrow evening, I will conduct here a seance of health. You are all invited, one and all, ladies and gentlemen, and bring your friends. It will be your only opportunity to gain the healthful medicine recommended by His Majesty the Tsar of Montenegro. Until then, dear friends, I bid you adieu. Elixir for general run-down condition, elixir for the bloat, elixir for puniness in infants. We're going to need some more weak blood conditioner.
What color?
Purple's rich. You know, this is a better town than Smoky Joe. I predict 10 pounds clear profit from this one seance. 12 maybe, 15 if all goes well.
You could have sold a batch to them you had outside.
I thought you remembered Blue Licks, Kentucky. Never again will I work a town piecemeal. One seance in each place, and one only. Then out fast with the whole take before some sorehead starts trouble.
Why not get it over with? Why wait till tomorrow night?
After all I've taught you, milk the territory, boy. There are houses and farms all around the fort. Here, I'll finish for this elixir. You take a packet of flyers and work up a crowd. And don't miss anyone. And keep your eyes and ears open. Remember my teaching.
I know how prophesying is done. me. I didn't do nothing to you.
Wouldn't you like a cup of milk with that?
Here, Mom, some milk. Okay. Hi.
Israel, why don't you get the young man a cup of milk?
Sure.
Why don't you come sit on the front porch? You'll be much more comfortable.
Here, take your darn old bread. I don't want it.
You're more than welcome to it. Go on, keep it. Go on.
Here. Go ahead. You were thirsty.
Come on, son. Sit on the porch. Come on. Come on, now.
Ma, can I have a slice of bread?
Yes, just one. I don't want to spoil your lunch. Oh, it's so fresh, it's going to be hard to cut. There you go, Israel. And don't you dare leave my good Sheffield knife out here to rust.
No, ma'am.
I'll get you another cup of milk.
She'd take my hide off if I did. It is a beauty, isn't it? Pa ordered it all the way from England for my mom's birthday. What do they call you?
Rudy now.
Orlando the Prophet. Who's he?
A man.
Well, I didn't think he was an elephant. I mean, what does he do?
He looks into the future.
What does he see when he looks?
When he sees something bad about to happen to a man, it most generally does.
What if he sees something good?
That ain't how a prophet works.
Don't worry, lad. I've done my scalping for this afternoon.
He's just funning you. That's Mingo, my father's friend. I'm his real Boone.
Daniel Boone?
Pa's away. This is my mother, Mrs. Boone.
Tomorrow evening at the fort, be sure to come. It's Orlando the Prophet.
What's wrong with him? Hey, Rudy! Wait!
What kind of man is this?
I've seen him. I believe the boy is his bondservant.
Poor child. I know what that means.
Something, my young friend?
Yes, sir. I'm looking for...
Orlando the Prophet,
You him?
Oh, yes, I see your problem. Oh, biliousness is in the eyes. But you'll have to wait till the seance. A rule enjoined by the inflexible necessities of science.
Yes, sir. But the Tsar of Montenegro was named Savant. I learned that in school. So was his father.
Well, indeed. Well, my young scholar, you'd best keep that to yourself,
Some prophet. Doesn't even know geography. Rudy! Open up! Listen, I saw you come through the gate. All I want to do is talk to you. Rudy!
What do you want? Get out of here.
Sure.
You thought I was bawling, didn't you? Well, I was.
What made you run off like that?
Nothing. I had things to do. I almost stole your mother's knife back there.
Well, you didn't.
You talk like your father.
Do you know him?
Daniel Boone shook hands with me.
Why wouldn't he? Oh, on account of your father?
My father? Orlando? He is a Gitano.
What?
A Gentile. I am a Romany. A gypsy, you would say.
You mean the gypsy stole you when you were a baby?
The Gentiles stole me from my tribe.
Oh, I always heard it the other way.
Among the Rom, I am a prince, descended from Alexander the Great.
I never knew he was a gypsy.
Then why, after he had conquered the whole world, did he say, "Bah, enough, take care of yourselves," and break his golden crown to show he was king no more? Wander away in his caravan, drawn by horses, singing, flirting, and laughing.
That isn't how my book says it.
Because a Romany is a free man. Orlando is my master. He owns me.
How could he? You can't be a slave.
I am his bound boy.
That's only for 7 years.
Only 7 years if he keeps me. If he sells me before my time is up, it can be another 7 years. So on with the next master and the next.
But that's not right. According to law, I mean. Sure wish I could buy you free.
You can't. That's why you wish it.
Listen, Rudy, why don't you tell me where you're going after you leave here? And then I'll tell my pa when he gets back.
Oh, even if we ever know, it costs too much.
How much?
90 pounds, 100 maybe, maybe more. Maybe even more than Orlando thinks there is in this whole town. And he always thinks too big.
Does he, huh? Well, listen, you're leaning against more than that right now.
Don't joke with my freedom.
I'm not joking. See that strong house?
Money?
Furs.
Your father's?
Everybody's. Worth better than 1,000 pounds.
1,000 pounds.
Once a dishonest fur buyer tried to get him for practically nothing. Pa said he'd see him in the hot place first, and went to St. Louis with samples to sell directly to Mr. Chateau's house. Want to go home with me?
No, I got work ahead of me.
So have I, my chores.
Well, go do them then, huh? Go on.
I will. See ya. Rudy, you've got to get free. You just got to.
Thank you for telling me.
All I meant was,
I'll do what I have to.
So will I. I'll do what I can, too.
Just go. There's nothing else that you can do.
I can. I can try.
Are you angry with the wood?
No, ma'am.
Well, what then?
Nothing. Nothing I can do anything about.
Well, maybe I can.
Could you give me 100 pounds?
100 pounds?
That's how much it'd cost to buy Rudy's freedom.
100 pounds is an awful lot of money, Israel.
I know that. Ma, you were a bound girl.
I was lucky I met your father.
I know that, but Rudy says if Orlando sells him before his time's up, Rudy will have to serve another 7 years bound to someone else. That ain't so, Ma, is it?
It is and it isn't, son.
What?
Well, it depends on the situation. There's an old common law called bona fide purchaser for value.
Bona fide?
Purchaser for value. It means that if a man sells something, even though he has no legal right to it, the man who bought it from him still owns it.
Maybe for things or cows.
For people too, Israel. Those who are owned by other people.
It's not fair.
It's a very bad law.
Really happens?
At the inn where I work, there was an old bondwoman who'd been passed from master to master that way ever since she was a little girl.
All that time? Never free at all? Rudy can be a slave his whole life long.
It's possible, son.
Not fair. It's not fair.
Israel?
Let him go, Rebecca. A young man who likes to feel that he's fairly grown up doesn't want anybody to see him cry. Not even his own mother.
Trappers? Nothing. Scum! I spit on you.
I gave out all the flyers.
Well, I accept my congratulations.
What happened?
And I scraped bottom, buying rum for that scum in order to soften them up for the seance. And then they tell me there isn't a sixpence of hard cash among the lot of them.
How much would you take from me?
That's something I'll soon know.
Would you sell me to myself?
To yourself?
I want to buy my bill of sale.
What with? Your fleas?
This.
That's White Fox. Where'd you get it?
Would you sell me my freedom?
What do I care who owns you? Where did you get it?
How much is my price?
How much of this stuff is there?
Would you take 50 pounds for me?
50 pounds? Well, I paid close to that for you when you were a raw kid. With all I've taught you, I could get 100 from any gull in Philadelphia. More. Why, they'd fight to buy your bill of sale.
It's a long way to Philadelphia. You can't get there without money.
Now, there's 75 pounds in that cash from which this came.
Is that my price?
I asked you a question. Well, I don't have much choice, do I?
75 pounds is my price.
All right, it's a deal. But there'd better be 75 pounds in that cash, just for your sake.
There is.
Oh, now, where is it?
First, there's something you've got to promise.
I promise you a good hiding.
You've got to promise not to take any more than just exactly what'll pay for me.
All right.
Promise on your solemn oath?
Not my solemn oath, I promise. Now, where is it? anaconda. I can't guess how much of this stuff there is in here.
1,000 pounds.
All right, start loading it on.
Which ones?
Which ones? All of it.
You promised me.
I promised you a good hiding. We're taking all of it. Now start loading.
No. I don't want my freedom bad enough having to steal everything these people have got.
Don't worry, you're not getting it. Now start loading.
It's crazy to trust you.
Me or anybody else. At least that much I've taught you. All right, start loading on.
Rudy sure is gonna be surprised. He didn't think we could help.
Well, we'll do the best we can, son. Of course, the law is on Orlando's side. He may not want to wait for his money, or he may want more money than we can afford.
But Ma says, in all in... They're gone.
Yes.
Well, what's become of him? Where is he?
You know just about as much as we do.
Hello, Mingo. Well, the seance was tonight.
Hey, when he found out there wasn't a lick of money in town to buy his elixir.
You know, if looks could have killed, we'd have been dead men.
When Martha read that the prophet had an elixir for rheumatiz, why, she sent me in for a bottle.
He's no prophet, Mr. Loomis. He didn't even know that Tsar Montenegro's name is...
Israel.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to tell her. Her hopes are awful high.
That's the trouble with men like Orlando, Israel. They scavenge in the hopes of good people.
Poor Rudy.
Israel, come along. This wagon has been backed up in front of the strong house.
Couldn't have got in. Still locked. What's that?
A picklock.
A what?
Empty.
Orlando must have stolen them. Should I go tell him?
They kill him.
Rudy, too?
Go tell your mother that I'm going after them. Now, if I'm not back with the furs by tomorrow night, she should let everybody know. I'll leave signs so that they can follow.
Yes, sir.
Baltimore fence would give me £600-700 for those furs. Maybe 8. Yes, I'm going to hold out for 8.
Here.
Where's yours?
Not hungry.
Well, it's your belly. You know, you got my dander up last night with your stubbornness. You could have brought all Boonesboro down around our ears. We'll talk about your freedom after I've sold those furs.
You never will.
Wager? Your freedom against,
I don't want my freedom at that cost.
you had your chance. You've nobody but yourself to blame for losing it.
You think you're not being trailed right now by the best?
Daniel Boone is in St. Louis.
Mingo ain't.
The Indian?
He'll have your scalp along with those furs.
Oh, lad, you forget what I taught you. Even if I didn't lose the savage when I backtracked, I buried the trail on that outcropping of rock.
You'll pick it up.
By scent? Like an animal?
Look there. The bucket's gone.
You cursed gypsy! You left him a trail! Oh, forgive me. I should be thanking you instead.
For what?
For putting me on my guard. We'll wait here for your Indian friend and hope that he finds us.
You can't handle him.
Well, not in combat, no. No, but the civilized brain versus the savage brawn. That's Orlando the Prophet style. Come on. You know what I'm doing? And you'll learn soon enough.
A trap bunt to kill Mingo. I'll kill you!
I'm not going to kill anyone. Get there. You lie still if you know what's good for you. Now you stay there.
Is he dead?
You did kill me, lad. Though I still don't know just how.
Oh, no.
He's ashamed of being smart. Lad, a gull who can outgull Orlando the Prophet can outgull the whole wide world.
Let me.
It's yours.
My bill of sale. My freedom.
The wagon, too, is yours, as I taught you better than I knew. You start where I left off, And when they ask you how you came to be so wise, you tell them Orlando the...
It's all over for him, boy.
I'm finished. So am I. Good, we just ran out of paint. That's good. It's glorious. Well, you put the barrel away. I'll go tell them. Come on. Come on out. We're finished. Do you like it?
Yes, but what is it, Rudy?
The broken crown of Alexander the Great.
Well, now, how in tarnation did you know that?
I read it in a book once. It's an old Romany legend.
He was Rudy's ancestor, and when he was through conquering the world, he said, "Oh, you people go rule yourselves," and broke his crown, because gypsies like to be free.
And now I am free.
Well, you're not leaving us already.
I heard there were Romany tribes nearby, and they will help me find my own people.
Do you mind if I ride along with you, Rudy?
I would be proud. Goodbye, Mrs. Boone.
Goodbye, Rudy, and good luck.
Bye, Mr. Boone.
Goodbye, Rudy.
Goodbye, Rudy. And hurry back.
I will. And when I do, I'll be wearing a velvet jacket and a golden earring.
Up you go.
Misha! Goodbye, free friends.
Boone.